guests and Honorable Congresswoman Grace Meng and Consul General Bishnu Prasad Gautam. Now, without any further ado, I'll call upon Consul General of Nepal, Bishnu Prasad Gautam.
Thank you, Mr. Somnath Gimire-ji. Namaste, Honorable Grace Meng, Congresswoman from New York. I see on the podium respected Mr. Nadir from presidential nominee in 2024 in Afghanistan. I see with me the distinguished artist sharing the podium, distinguished guests, invitees, and the leaders of Nepali community, and all ladies and gentlemen and dear children. Good morning, good afternoon. It is indeed an honor for me to be here with you in celebration of the Morang Samaj America's program Meet and Greet. Actually, it is very, very good opportunity for me where I could meet the honorable members of the United States, political leaders, the future nominees, the great artists and local leaders and the Nepali diaspora community. We are being served by Matt Fisher chef. It's a great pleasure, and we also see some business leaders present today. First of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of the government of Nepal and the Consulate General of Nepal in New York to Morang Samaj America for organizing this event. And I also like to thank you, Mr. Prasad Gimire, for having me at this occasion. Before I talk about Nepal-US relations, I would like to briefly talk about Morang. The Morang district of Nepal is the place from where the journey of democracy started in Nepal. Today I would like to remember B.P. Koirala and many other stalwart great leaders, G.P. Koirala, Shailaja Acharya, Matrika Prasad Koirala, Sushil Koirala and many more. Morang is also the beginning journey of our industrialization with the Biratnagar jute mills, contributing in the promotion of the Nepal's industrialization. In that sense, Morang has a special contribution in Nepal's history, in Nepal's democracy, in Nepal politics, and Nepal's economic development. Therefore, every one of you from Morang district have deeply contributed to that. Your parents have contributed, your grandparents have contributed. Therefore, I respect to you and my great regards to you all. Nepal, I would like to also mention a little bit about Nepal-US relations. The relations between Nepal and the United States are very deep, strong and warm. They have been sustained these over 7 decades of relationship. They started in 1949 and the journey continues, and our engagements are growing deeper and expanding wider. Today, having me with the political leaders from the United States, I would like to say that these relations have further expanded on the basis of some common principles that Nepal and the United States share. The common principles, the commonalities that we share are respect for democracy, respect for human rights, respect for rule of law, respect for development, and also we also share international peace and security, including through multilateral channels. United States and Nepal also stand together for the promotion of pluralism, for the promotion of multilateralism, and also for the sustaining and advancing the agenda of climate change. It is a pleasure for me to know that the initiative that Nepal has initiated with the Sagarmatha Sambad, the United States has said that it will contribute with the climate change agenda that Nepal is trying to initiate a new dialogue series. The Nepal-US relations are also sustained at the political level, at the government level, state-to-state relations, and they have been since 2008, have also expanded at the state and local level. In 2008, Nepal entered into an era of Federal Democratic Republic. Together with that, the government, Nepal has adopted a 3-tier government system like the US has. Therefore, the relations that formerly used to be at the state to state, from central government to central government, now have expanded at the state and even local municipality city level. These engagements will contribute in our development, in our journey for democracy, human rights, peace and development, and of course rule of law. In addition to this, our relations have been deeply supported, deeply contributed by people-to-people relations. The people-to-people relations started in 1950s, soon after Nepal and the United States established their diplomatic relations in 1949. The United States Peace Corps volunteers who traveled to Nepal in various parts, who contributed in education, health awareness, and also teaching of English language. They contributed exploring many parts, many areas, many possibilities, and they have been nurturing our relations. In terms of the Nepali community, that has been here in the United States for the education, through the diversity lottery, visa lottery, through higher education, exchange of students and faculties, and business communities. They have sustained our relations. Ultimately, the state-to-state relations need to be supported, adopted, and advanced by the people. Therefore, on behalf of the people of both countries, from Nepal and the United States, I say that these relations will be further nurtured, will be taken to a newer height, as the Nepali community in the United States, especially in New York, has been thriving. They have been contributing locally in the business development as well as in the diversity of local culture, language, and various other cultural diversities. Today, this program also adds some flavor in the local culture with the Nepali cuisine, and at the same time with the New York special dishes. That way, our partnership development will contribute in further promoting our relations. I should not forget at this occasion, while Honorable Gresham and other leaders are present, that United States has supported Nepal in our development efforts. Since 1950s and 60s, the contribution to our economy has been all the way. The United States people and the government have been supporting in our every development efforts, and they continue even today in a larger scale. Recently, at our dire need, when the world was suffering, when we were suffering, the United States contributed us much needed medical supplies, much needed vaccine support, and we deeply respect, we deeply appreciate their contribution, the generosity, support, humanitarian contribution by medical supplies and vaccine support. The problem in Nepal is still going on, particularly with the fight against COVID-19. In June, had the highest number of casualties, highest number of COVID-19 cases. To some extent, we have managed to bring down the casualty and the transmission. However, the fight is still going on. The vaccines are not enough. The medical supplies are not enough. Therefore, we have been requesting international community for their support. The Nepali community also supported in this drive by sending much needed medical supplies to Nepal. I thank you all, and I also thank you, the United States government, the leaders. I saw especially Gresham and from New York State Assembly and the senators loving for Nepal, for the Biden administration to send medical supplies and vaccines. Because of that, Nepal has received recently over $1.5 million doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccines, and there are discussions going on for further support. I would like to request and appeal through this forum that as there are long lines of the Nepalese people waiting for their vaccines, and many of them returning without getting vaccines, because the demand is so high, the keen interest, the aspiration is also very high. And we are requesting the US government, if there are possibilities that there are excess vaccines could be supplied to Nepal, because there is so much keen interest in in Nepal, where there are so much vaccines being produced and are also waiting for them to be administered. Because ultimately it is the humanity who receives it. Ultimately it is the humanity who is saved, because until and unless every country and every people is saved by this corona crisis, then no country and no community will be saved. Therefore, for the greater and larger interest of the world humanity and community, we hope and we expect that we will be in a positive direction in sharing and also exchanging those developments. I also thank you on this occasion to all the vaccine developers, the health workers, frontline workers, for the vaccine drive, because of which we are together today. This has enabled our business back to normal, our community engagement, and our everyday, day-to-day life that have come to be normal. Therefore, I also thank you all for all this opportunity. Finally, I'd like to thank you for this occasion, inviting me with you, and thank you for all your warm support, warm love, and respect extended to me towards the government. And I also thank you all for being here with me, with all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you.